Welcome to Chronicle-Insight, where the past shapes the present and the truth lies between the headlines. Each episode, we explore the events that define our world, from untold history to unfolding reality, with clarity, depth, and perspective you won't find anywhere else. Let's dive in. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing the world is no longer the same. The news headlines aren't about economic downturns, political scandals, or even pandemics. They're about strategic missile launches, cyberattacks crippling entire nations, swarms of drones darkening the skies. This is World War III. This isn't about fear-mongering. This is about exploring what a modern global conflict might truly look like, based on where we are technologically and geopolitically today. Let's start with drone warfare. In the 20th century, warfare was dominated by manpower, tanks, and fighter jets. Today, a soldier could be halfway around the world, piloting a drone that strikes a target with pinpoint precision and zero boots on the ground. But in World War III, drones will no longer just be tools. They'll be armies. Imagine autonomous drone swarms, hundreds, maybe thousands, moving in formation like a flock of birds, scanning environments, identifying targets, and executing strikes without a human ever touching a control pad. These drones could range from stealth aircraft the size of jets to insect-sized bots designed for sabotage, espionage, or even assassination. Their coordination will rely heavily on artificial intelligence. Not only will they make decisions faster than humans ever could, but some may act without human oversight entirely. A glitch in code, a manipulated algorithm, or simply a flawed command could turn a precision strike into a full-blown civilian massacre. And unlike traditional warfare, there's no front line anymore. The battlefield could be your neighborhood. Next, cyber warfare. Before the first missile is launched, the first true shots of WW3 might be fired through a keyboard. Cyber attacks could cripple national infrastructures in seconds, shutting down power grids, contaminating water supplies, collapsing financial systems, and rendering communication networks useless. Hospitals may lose access to medical records. Airports may halt operations mid-air. Governments could be blinded, paralyzed, or even tricked into making deadly decisions based on false data. What's terrifying is that cyber warfare doesn't have borders. A teenager in a basement could bring down a government firewall. A state-sponsored hacker group could trigger a chain of retaliations just by implanting a virus into a defense system. And worse, cyber attacks can be made to look like someone else did it. That means attribution is muddy. Countries might retaliate against the wrong enemy. And that's how escalation spirals out of control. Now let's talk about AI warfare. Artificial intelligence is no longer science fiction. It's embedded in targeting systems, logistics, surveillance, and threat detection. In World War III, AI won't just assist in warfare, it might direct it. AI systems will analyze battlefield data in real time, determining the most efficient way to eliminate threats. These systems will recommend, or directly execute, tactical decisions in microseconds. But here's the problem: AI doesn't have ethics. It doesn't understand nuance, diplomacy, or mercy. An AI might prioritize military efficiency over human life. It might decide a missile strike is worth the civilian casualties. It might launch a preemptive attack because it calculates a 62% chance the enemy might attack in the next 12 hours. The worst part? Once multiple nations rely on AI, there's a risk of automated escalation, where one AI detects a threat, launches a counterstrike, and triggers another AI to retaliate. Humans could be removed from the decision-making loop entirely. That's how a war could spiral out of control, faster than we can stop it. But the true nightmare? Nuclear war. Despite all our advancements, nuclear weapons remain the most destructive tools we've ever created. In World War III, if just one major power decides to break the taboo and launch a nuclear strike, whether tactical or strategic, it opens the gates to mutually assured destruction. Let's break this down. Tactical nukes are smaller, used on battlefields to take out military targets. Some nations might justify using them as a limited response. But limited use rarely stays limited. One nuke prompts retaliation. One city destroyed demands another. And once strategic nukes, the massive ICBMs aimed at major cities, are launched, the planet's fate is sealed. The death toll wouldn't just be in the millions. It would be in the billions. Massive firestorms would erupt. Fallout would poison the atmosphere. A nuclear winter would lower global temperatures, destroy agriculture, and trigger mass starvation. The Earth wouldn't be a battlefield anymore. It would be a graveyard. So, how does this all start? Global tensions are already high. Russia, China, the US, NATO allied states, North Korea, Iran. Many have conflicting interests in regions like the South China Sea, Eastern Europe, the Middle East. Economies are weaponized. Alliances are fragile. Propaganda spreads like wildfire. One misstep, one false flag, or one political assassination could be the spark. But modern warfare isn't declared with a formal announcement. It begins with cyber intrusions, financial disruptions, sabotage, and proxy conflicts. By the time missiles fly, the war is already well underway. What role will politics play? Not every political leader is rational. Not every government tells the truth. And in wartime, truth is often the first casualty. World War III will test the integrity and sanity of those in power. Some may escalate to distract from internal chaos. Others may hesitate, hoping to preserve diplomacy, and lose everything in the delay. Powerful corporations will also play a role, developing technology, lobbying governments, and perhaps even dictating strategy. And with deepfakes, AI-generated content, and manipulated media, it'll become harder than ever to know what's real. Entire populations might be convinced of events that never actually happened, and support wars that were never necessary. So, is there any hope? Surprisingly, yes. Knowing the consequences of World War III may be the very thing that prevents it. The Cold War showed us how close we came to nuclear war, and how mutual understanding, however strained, kept the world from destruction. Today, diplomatic backchannels, global institutions, and a younger generation more connected than ever offer some resilience. And while AI, drones, and cyber capabilities can be weapons, they can also be safeguards. AI can detect threats faster than humans. Cyber systems can expose lies. Drones can reduce the need for human casualties. The key is who's in control, and whether that control remains human. In conclusion, World War III, if it ever happens, won't look like the wars of our past. It'll be faster, smarter, more destructive, and maybe even invisible at first. It will challenge our morality, our technology, and our politics. It will push the human race to its very edge. But maybe, just maybe, understanding what's at stake is what will keep it from ever happening. Because in the age of AI and nuclear weapons, no one really wins World War III. Not soldiers, not leaders, not even nations, only silence. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and stay in sight. Thanks for watching.